In this lecture, we are going to see the openings part in Revit. Okay. So when you go to the architectural tab and under the openings panel, you have few of the tools that are used to create openings in the building elements. Okay. So let's check them one by one. So as we can see, we have this kind of roof here. This secondary roof is joining with the primary roof here, and we have a dormer type of thing here. Okay, like it's the three sides are enclosed with wall such that it can form a dormer. So the problem here is whenever you are creating a dormer, the inner side or the interior side of like that is beyond this wall should have an opening. Okay, so basically let's check this one. Okay, for now I'll just hide it. I'll remove the dormer. Okay, so initially how the roof were joined. They were joined in this fashion, and whenever you are opting for creating a dormer, the face of the roof or part of the roof that's exposed or that's beyond this particular wall, like that is the green portion that is under this yellow color roof, that should be open. Like there should be no roof element present in that area. So we need an opening to be created in this roof, okay, such that there is an opening or an open space visible beyond this wall. Okay, for now we are able to see the roof element beyond this wall, but we want an opening or cut present for this roof. So to do that, you can go to the architectural tab, and under the openings you have few tools for creating openings in roof, floor, likewise. So for as we are dealing with the dormer part, you can go with dormer opening. So select the tool, and now it's asking select a roof to be cut by dormer opening. So we want the cut to be present on the green roof, that is the primary roof. So we will select that roof. Okay, and now it's asking to pick roof and wall edges as a reference. So it's better to go into level 2 and make sure you are turning these visual styles in hidden so that you can see the edges of the uh, roof and wall that's forming the periphery for the dormer. So we'll have this edge of roof, this edge of roof, and make sure you are selecting the interior face of the wall and not the exterior. So if you select the exterior face of the wall, the joining of this secondary roof with primary roof won't happen and it may give you an error. And make sure you are trimming this in a closed loop. Okay, as you can see, we have formed a closed loop here. You can see that in 3D as well. Okay, and hit finish mode. Now we can see our cut is ready. And if you see this one, I will temporarily hide this one. You can see there is a cut or opening present beyond this wall. So in this way, we can have our dormer built or model. We have the excess part of roof cut using the dormer tool. And now if you want any windows to be present at the dormer end, you can have them. So in this way, our dormer will be model. And if you want to edit the opening or select the opening, you can just press tab by going near the dormer, or you can just hide this wall and go on hitting tab, or else drag select everything in the window, go to filter. You can have roof opening cut here, go to check none, and if you want only the roof cut to be selected, you can just select this. Okay, and here you can see the dormer cut is selected, and if you want to edit it, you can edit it as per your preference. Okay, so you can do it in both ways. So now let's move ahead. You can create a vertical opening, shaft opening, face opening. So whenever you hover your mouse to that particular tool, you can have a bit of short description, like the vertical opening reads as cuts a vertical opening through floor, ceiling, roof, etc. So if you want to create a vertical opening to any part of this roof, you can do that as well. So I will go to vertical opening, select that tool, and it's asking me to select the entity, that is the floor, roof, or ceiling, soffit, etc., for which we need to create a vertical cut. So I want the vertical cut for this particular roof, so I'll select this roof. And now we are into the sketch mode. So you can do the sketching in plan as well as in 3D view. Okay. So if you want that sketch to be in plan view, first we need to select our target roof. So we have selected that. The next part comes in the sketching part. So you can sketch it and finish. Go to 3D. As you can see, even though we are sketching it in the floor plan, it's being like the cut is being made into the target roof which we have selected. Now, if you want that cut to be selected, go near that cut, hit tab. Okay, you can see the cut is now selected. You can even edit the sketch if you want. Okay, now if you want to do the same in 3D, select the vertical cut, select the targeted roof, and you can do the same in 3D as well. Okay, but when you're working in 3D, make sure you check the top face of the cube while working. For now, I have created a cube like a round cut without making the top face selected of this view cube. So it has shifted from the location where I have originally sketched the round cut. So you can select this, go to top, edit sketch, and you can move this sketch as well. Okay, and hit finish mode. So you can have the cut shifted. So in this way, you can have the vertical cut to drawn or modeled into the roof. So let's go back. Now we have opening by face. So opening, it creates a cut with reference to the face of the selected entity. So whenever you need a cut into a selected face, you can go by opening by face. So if I want the cut to present on this particular face, so I can use by face and select the face, then go to the top view using the top face of the view cube, and you can have the cut model. Okay, so in this way you can have the cuts into the roof, and this by face acts perpendicular to the face you are selecting. Okay, the vertical one acts parallel to your floor plan, but this cut by face, it takes the face or the selected face roof as a reference, and it cuts the opening with respect to the perpendicular axis of the selected face. So in this way, we have seen these openings. Now let's see how to treat the floor openings and what is the shaft opening. So as you have seen the vertical opening and biface opening for roof, you can do the same for uh, floor as well. Okay, by face, you can select the face and you can have the floor opening as well. So if you check, I have created the floor opening for level 1. So I have the opening present. So if you want to do that in 3D as well, go to the top. I've selected the top floor. And if you want now the opening to be vertical, you can give that as well. Select the floor and you can model the openings, sketch the opening. Okay. And in this way, you can have opening to your floor as well. So if you want to select the cut or the opening, you can just click on it and you can select it. If it's not being selected, hover the mouse near the opening and press tab. So you can toggle between all the elements and you can select the cut. Okay. So here the roof floor cut is given, and similarly as you have seen in case of roof, you can give the cuts to floor ceilings by using roof opening by face and vertical opening too. Dormer we can use only for in case of roof, but it can't be used for floors. And there is a separate opening tool when you are dealing with walls. So there is another opening, that is the shaft opening. Shaft opening is nothing but the opening which can run through multiple levels. So let's take an example. So as you have seen, whenever I have used the vertical opening or opening by face, it's limited or it's restricted to the single entity or the single floor element that was selected. But whenever you need an opening to be run through multiple floors and exactly at the same location, you can have the use of shaft opening. So go to shaft opening, and if you want any shape, you can give that. I want this kind of opening here. Okay, and I will just go to finish mode. So here in the properties, you can see the base constraint is level 1 and you have base offset of negative 150. So whenever I go to 3D, you can see you have two handlebars at the ends of the opening or the shaft we have modeled. So what does this mean? We can adjust the height of this shaft opening. Okay, either you can drag it, and whenever you are dragging it, you can notice the change here. For now it's unconnected. If you want it to be precisely from level to level, you can give that as well. So if I want my shaft to go from level 0 to level 1, so you can go assign it in that fashion also. So currently my shaft is going from level 0 to level 1. So for now the floors are randomly modeled, so it's not cutting anything. So if I shift my shaft opening beyond the geometry of this floor, you can see the opening is now created. You can also adjust the shaft opening however you like. And if you don't want this to be adjusted using the uh, drag handles or the shape handles available here, you can have the properties changed using the properties palette. Okay, so if you want the top offset or the constraints changed, you can have it changed here. Okay, if you want to reduce it, you can reduce it. If you want to increase it, you can do it both ways. Okay, so if even if it's slightly touching, you can notice the change. Now if I take the opening and put it exactly below the face of the floor, now you can see it's cutting entirely. Okay, so in this way the shaft opening works, and biface and vertical openings are limited to a single entity which you are selecting. But when you require an opening to run through multiple levels, you can go by opening shaft. Okay, so this is all about the openings that deals with roof, floor, ceiling. The same thing can be used for ceiling as well. So now let's move ahead with wall openings. Okay, so to understand the wall openings, you can have a sectional view open. So if you want an opening here, there are two or maybe a couple of more ways by which you can have opening created. Either you can go by using the opening family, that is the door opening family, or you can go by uh, editing the wall profile, or else you can go by using the wall opening. So let's check all of them one by one. So if I want an opening to be present here, so the first method goes by using the opening family. So in Revit, we have door opening families. So whenever you need an opening, so you can have door opening family used. This can be used for scheduling part as well. So there are a couple of things when you need to check when you're dealing with these kinds of stuff. So you can use the door opening as well here. As you can see, if you don't want this, you can simply delete it. The properties are similar to as we have seen in door. If you want to change this size, for now it's 915 by 213 mm, 2134 mm. So if you want to change it, you can change it from here. You can just duplicate. If I want the dimensions to be 1500 by 2200, okay, then you can have it changed here and hit OK. Now you can see you can have different types of families for openings, door openings as well. And to delete them, select it, simply press delete on your keyboard. Now it's gone. So another way of creating an opening here is by using the edit profile. So go to edit profile, and you can just simply have a diversion here, and you can split the connectivity of the bottom outline and have it trim so that a single loop is formed and there won't be any error. So in this way, you can have the wall opening created using edit profile, and you can have the shape handles here to drag or control the width of the opening. Okay, so let's reset it back again. Now there is no edit profile that is applied for this wall. So now we can move ahead by using the wall opening. So go in the openings palette and select the wall opening. Now you need to select the wall for which you need the wall opening to be added or applied. I have selected this wall opening, and all you need to do is sketch. Now you can see our wall opening is created. You can adjust the height and like the height from here, or you can have the shape handles. In 3D, it will look something like this. Okay, press tab to select it. Okay, from 3D as well you can control it, but whenever you are dealing with these kinds of stuff, you better go to any elevation or better use a sectional view. Okay, in this way you can have the wall opening created.